Hi everyone, back to Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with a match preview for Newcastle United's upcoming FA Cup tie today against Bromley. Sorry, beg your pardon, tomorrow. I keep getting me Saturdays and Sundays mixed up, my word. It's tomorrow against Bromley at St James's Park, 3 p.m. I've been doing that all week, honestly, I swear to God. So this is a big game for Newcastle United. We're on this brilliant run at the minute, and the FA Cup loves giant killings, and there's a lot of nuance around this game that I'm sure a lot of people would love Newcastle to fall over on. But not us, obviously. We want Newcastle to win and keep the run going. I think I'll be 8th on the spin and obviously through the next round of the FA Cup. We're going to get stuck right into this in a minute, talk about how the lads are going to line up, talk about the game itself, and talk about how we think it's going to go. If that's the kind of thing you guys like, smash like and subscribe on the bottom there, or subscribe first, then like afterwards, do both, and help us get to 10,000 subscribers. We're closing in on 9,500, which is amazing. We've had loads of you guys smash that button, especially after the great video we did with Kieran Maguire on finance with Newcastle United's transfer window open, obviously their ability to spend, and loads of really nice feedback. So thank you so much, guys. But yeah, keep it evermore, guys. Come and join us. Loads of content here. Transfer talk, post-patch previews, the whole shebang. We've got it all, and smash it if you like it. It's all free of charge. So let's get stuck in then. So how do we think the lads are going to line up? Well, this is what we've gone for, which is pretty much, I think, what everybody's gone for, really. And when I was doing this team, I started to sit back and think to myself, do you know what? Our second team actually is not that bad if you look at it, really. So we've gone for Vlachodimos in goal, or Vlachodimos on pliers, as my mate calls him. Big shout out to Big Steve. Kieran Trippier right back. We've got Fabian Schär coming back in at centre half alongside Lloyd Kelly, and then Matt Target at left back. Guys, a good back four. That's a back four of experience. There's caps there. There's quality. Trippier and Schär, their levels above. Fair play to the Bromley players. They'll be looking at those players going, bloody hell, I was watching him in the Euros, that kind of stuff. So these are real good players. I think Kieran Trippier might captain the side as well. So, Trips is like, captain the side, and that experience that he brings as well. The midfield three, we've got two local Geordie lads in there. We've got Sean Longstaff. We've got Louis Miley, who I'm absolutely desperate to see, start a game and play the majority of the game as well. I'm a big fan of Louis Miley, as you all know. He's went away and beefed up over the summer. We're all itching to see what Louis Miley can do in a midfield for Newcastle United. He's got his chance on Sunday, I think, and I'd love him to grab it by the nuts and show us exactly what he's all about. Joe Willock alongside him again. Joe Willock needs a goal, get that confidence back up again. The Arsenal game was a little bit this, a little bit of that for Joe Willock. It kind of passed him by in many stages, but he dug in and started to defend really well. So there's a hell of a player in Joe Willock, and these are the kind of games where Joe Willock's quality should really excel. And up front, it kind of picks itself. We've got Miguel Almiron on right side, Usala in the middle, and then we've got Harvey Barnes on the left-hand side. That's real goal threats in there, for a tie like this. Harvey Barnes in particular, shooting from range, getting those rakers in. He could do with a couple of goals, Harvey Barnes, just to get that confidence back up. He's kind of gone off the boil a little bit. And obviously, Willis Sala is looking to show what he can do. This is a great opportunity for Willis Sala to do that. Obviously, we're at home. Everything that goes with that, it'll be packed out to the rafters, I'm sure. The noise, the way we're feeling, the confidence of the team right now. But there is some nuances, as I say. The Bromley team is managed by former Newcastle United goalkeeping coach and dad of former Newcastle player Freddie Woodman, Andy Woodman. He obviously was at Newcastle for a couple of years. He was a goalkeeping coach under Pardew. He then went to Palace with Pardew. He also was there with Sam Allardyce, so a couple of former Newcastle United managers in there as well. And Andy Woodman's a big fan of Newcastle, and he was obsessed with getting this tie when the tie came through. And obviously he's got his wish at St James's Park, and that's a great thing for Bromley to have. And so Bromley will be getting a slice of that, obviously the gate kind of money as well, the FA money. So this would be good for Bromley. It could really help them. This is their first season in the Football League. I think they're sitting 12th at the minute, but they were unbeaten in quite a large number of games. I think they've been unbeaten until Crewe beat them. I've got some wonderful stats here that Mark has been blasting away in the background. Yeah, they were unbeaten in 14 games until Crewe beat them 4-1 last weekend. And those leagues can do that to you. Some of these teams just rock up and very predictably can do you when you battered them a few weeks back. But they're on a really good run of form there, Bromley, going into this game. Their top goal scorer is a lad called Michael Cheek, who's got 14 goals in 26 games in all competitions. So he'll be looking to score at St James's Park, and that'll be the kind of thing that he'll obviously want to do. But in terms of the Bromley side, I can't profess to know a great deal about them. That's no disrespect. I don't watch them. But these lads will be right up for this. The FA Cup is all about that. The FA Cup is about players at a lower league who maybe were at youth academies when they were younger, didn't quite work out for them for whatever reason. Sometimes it's right place, right time, or right coaching, or whatever it may be, or injuries. These lads will be wanting to show that they can come to St James's Park, a Premier League ground, currently a top 5 Premier League ground, and that they can hang with international class players. So the Bromley lineup that Sportsman have gone with is Smith, Webster, Simone, Reynolds, Imre, Thompson, Arthurs, Odatu, Whitley, and then obviously Cheek up front and Dennis as well. So they'll be wanting to show what they can do at St James's Park. There is no doubt about that at all. And Newcastle can't be complacent in this game whatsoever. Some of their midfielders will be looking at young lads like Louis Miley going, I'm going to put a foot through this kid and show him what I'm all about. And these are the kind of games, certainly for the likes of Louis Miley, where you want to see him grow a little bit. You want to see, he's got a little bit of that metal about him that, if a lower league player is going to give him a kick, that he's going to stand up to it, maybe kick him back, you know what I mean? And these are the kind of games that make players like, I remember, growing up watching the likes of Steven Gerrard, David Beckham, Frank Lampard, Paul Scholes, obviously Rob Lee, when we had him playing in these lower league fixtures in the FA Cup, getting kicked to shit by probably lads who are in way worse shape than these Bromley players will be, because let's get it right. Footballers at all levels are fit as fuck these days. It doesn't matter, what leagues they're in. They've all got great fitness regimes. They work hard. They've got, fitness coaches at the clubs, and they all try and get them in tip-top condition. Even non-league lads, who are in good trim, to be fair. They might go to the gym and run and all that kind of stuff as well on the side of the club. But a lot of these players are in real good physical shape. Gone are the days of the old beer belly and the man boobs, with a centre half when a Premier League striker's megging him and running around him while he's practically spewing because he was out all 4 the previous night in the Quayside. That's not going to happen with this Bromley team. They're going to come, they're going to, rest, they're going to recuperate, they're going to try and get this victory, and keep in the FA Cup. This is their first ever FA Cup tie and the first ever tie against Newcastle and Bromley as a fixture. So this will be the first ever one. So it's history making in that regard, and we want Newcastle United to get that first victory in this first ever fixture. We want Bromley to have another Hereford and have that fucking living over us for the rest of our lives. But Eddie Howe doesn't seem like he's going to go weak in these competitions. That was something Newcastle United were always accused of in the past, where we get a fixture against a lower league team and we would go weak, but nothing's a given in the FA Cup. We remember the Cambridge fixture at home. They came up and done us. I think it was Trippier's first ever game. And he'll be thinking that, and he'll be remembering that, because he hasn't forgot that. So if he's in the, got the captain's armband, which I think he will, he'll be saying to our lads in the dressing room, hey, listen, this is not a fucking given. Don't swan around the pitch thinking you're fucking way better than these lads, and this fixture is going to be a run in the park, because it won't be. So I hope the lads listen to Trippier, listen to Eddie, go after it. But these lads have got a lot to prove, these reserve team players, likes of Miley, even Longstaff as well. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea, but he'll be wanting to show Eddie what he can do, as will Miley, as will Willock. They'll be wanting to force themselves into the midfield picture of the starting 11 in the Premier League, which isn't happening at the minute because of the strength of Joe Linton, Bruno Guimaraes, and Sandro. Obviously, Bruno was suspended earlier on there, and Willock came in. I'm not sure that you really put down a marker. So the other two lads will be wanting to show that the next time something happens to Joe, Sandro, or Bruno, that they're the man to come in. So them 3 midfielders should really push each other on in this game and get a hold of the midfield and show the quality, show the Premier League quality. So I'm hoping for big things from the lads today. I know Miggy Almiron's a subject of transfer talk, but I think he will play, mainly because I don't think there's anybody else to really step in and play in there. Would he have Sanasai maybe coming in? I don't know. He's probably going to be on the bench. There'll be some young kids on the bench. There's no doubt about that. It'll be nice to see some of the academy players maybe get a little taste of the action at St James's Park to see if we've got anything coming through. The likes of the Alfie Harrisons of the world seem to have disappeared off the radar a little bit. There's a young hotshot striker at the minute in the reserves who's smashing a lot of goals in the youth academy. Name escapes me. Let me know in the comments if you know who he is. But, players like that, you want to see them come into the squad for an FA Cup and maybe get minutes and just show you a little bit of something there, that maybe there's a player there, that can come on like Louis Murray did himself, hitting that bar against Chelsea from God knows how far out. We want to see the FA Cup give us the chances for that as well. But at that particular time of the game, we want Newcastle United to have obviously won this game comfortably at a canter and not worry about any banana skins in the FA Cup. So I'm going to go for a Newcastle United 3-0 victory in this fixture. I think the lads will show up professional. I think they'll take control of this game. I think their Premier League fitness and quality and levels will shine through. And I think we'll take control of this game and we'll win it. We'll win it. I don't want to say relatively easy, but we'll win it with a confident performance. I think Bromley will definitely give it to us. They'll do the best that they possibly can. But that team I've just put it there should be winning this fixture 3 or 4-0. And if they don't, there's a real problem there with the hunger and desire of the reserves to try and get into the first team. But let us know in the comments below what you guys think about the lineup, about this fixture. Are you worried about it? The FA Cup can do things. You know, Newcastle have been going along really well at the minute. It would just be like Newcastle to slip on their arse, because that's what we do. So let me know if you're worried about this fixture, or you're confident the lads are going to continue the run, get the win, get into the next round of the FA Cup in front of the pack St James's Park. Who are you excited about seeing coming in from the reserves? Is it Louis Miley? Is it Willu Sala? Who are you interested in seeing? And who do you think will take the chance, given the opportunity in this fixture as well? Love to hear from you. Drop a comment in. We'll do our best to reply to as many as we can. As we do, we don't ignore you. If you take the time, we take the time to reply. Like and subscribe. Help the channel grow, guys. I'll be back with the live post-match. Jump in the comments as well. Hopefully, we're all smiling as Newcastle have put in a great performance and got the victory, and they're through to the next round. Have a bell, everyone. We'll see you later. Cheers.